How did you get in?
Your room key.
How did you get that?
I asked reception.
What, and they just gave it to you?
Well, I was looking for you. I wanted to talk to you.
You want to talk? You pick up the phone.
Okay. Fine. I wanted to find something that would prove that you're a liar. You lied about me.
You've been through my computer.
No, I didn't find anything.
What's in your bag?
There's nothing. Take it.
What's your passcode? Hey, you could have taken photos of my files.
So there is something in there that you're trying to hide.
It's called patient confidentiality.
Well, hey, you've already got my passwords. I mean, that's how you got into my profile page, right?
What are you doing? Hey.
Yes? Hello? I'd like to report a break and enter in Dr. Petriti's room.
Hang up the phone.
No, just call the police. I will stay on the line until they get here.
She needs to be searched.
Miss Brooks willingly handed over the contents of the
That is
files.
not a thorough search.
She will be searched at the station by a female officer.
Now, listen, I have confidential patient files on my computer. I want to make sure she hasn't taken any photographs of them. I'm coming with you.
Your choice.
Kyle.
Miss
Kyle.
Brooks. Georgia, what did you do?
Everything's okay? Just please call Toady, tell him to come down here.
Very convenient. You just happened to be waiting out here. You're keeping an eye out, were you, whilst your wife was breaking into my room?
No. Kyle had nothing to do with this. Just, I'll explain everything later, okay? Call Toady.
Miss Brooks, we need to go.
Yeah.
The Cancer Centre is a huge coup for Erinsborough.
I'm well aware of that, Sue.
Yet you leave such an important announcement to your EA.
She handled it well.
Yes, but it should have come from you, the mayor, or at very least a councillor.
Like yourself.
Exactly. But what does it say about Erinsborough Council if we leave an announcement like that to an assistant?
It says that we're more interested in establishing a centre for people who are incredibly ill than raising our own personal profile.
You're looking a little pale these days, Paul. And you're absent more often than not from meetings and council events, and you fob off this announcement. What could be more important? I'll tell you what it is. You're doing too much. I mean, between Lassiter's and your other business interests, you just don't have time to focus on council. Erinsborough deserves a full-time man, not a hobbyist.
Why don't you say what you really think, Sue? I mean, you'd handle things differently if you were mayor.
I would be there 24/7.
But the thing is, you're not. You're a councillor who has to deal with the way I handle things. I'll have these reports back to you by tonight. Oh, and Sue, next time call, will you? I don't like drop-ins.
You should be getting paid danger money.
Yeah, and dry cleaning. You know, this is my second outfit for the day. The first one got poured. But luckily, she's so cute. So it's easy work. If only the rest of my job was like this.
Is Paul pushing your buttons?
He pushes everyone's buttons.
Yeah, but yours especially.
Are you going to work?
You should really become a detective. If you ever get sick of being Paul's assistant.
Yeah, well, as much as I love to see you in your uniform, I just don't think it would be my style.
Fair enough. Well, I better push off.
All right, bye. Bye.
Hey, I think I owe you a special evening after crashing on you the other night.
You do? What did you have in mind?
How about dinner tonight? We can get a bottle of wine, chat, reconnect.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's the AG's office. I better get this.
That's fine. You take it. Call me later.
Okay. Mark Brennan. What? But why? Okay. Thanks. After D'Amato disappeared, I put in a request for resources to try and track him down. But the Attorney General's office knocked it back. They don't believe that he's worth the time or the money.
Right, I appreciate you telling me. I'm just not sure why.
Well, as far as the department is concerned, D'Amato's just a small-time cream. However, if they knew exactly what he got up to and how he involved Matt,
You want to tell them about the bribes?
It's a big ask, I know, but there's just no other way. The thing is, I never got a written statement from Matt. We just didn't think that... Anyway, it would mean that I would need your testimony, as well as some bank statements showing where the money went.
You want me to help you label my late husband a corrupt cop?
Look, there would be implications for me too. I knew about the bribe and I covered it up. I'll have to wear the consequences.
Yeah, except that you're here. You can explain exactly what happened and why you did what you did.
There was always a chance that we'd have to reveal Matt's involvement. You were there. He was prepared to deal with the consequences if it came to that. He wouldn't want a guy like this to get away.
Don't you dare presume to know what my husband would have wanted. He prided himself on being a good cop. His reputation would be ruined if the truth came out.
D'Amato needs to be brought to justice.
Not at the expense of my late husband.
I've got to get into work.
You just go, please.
Georgia, you're refusing to answer Constable Mackay's questions?
I told him that I was waiting until Toadie got here.
Right. So you broke into Dr. Petridis' room? Did you access his computer? Hey, talk to me, Georgia.
No, I didn't break in. Exactly. Reception gave me a key.
Yeah, because you lied about who you were. Why were you there? Look, Dr. Petridis is outside. He's insisting that you've been through his computer files. He's saying it's some vendetta because you think that he got you suspended from the hospital.
He would say that.
Yeah, so what would you say? Tell me what's going on, Georgia.
I've been searched. I didn't take anything from his room. The constable went through my emails. He searched my phone. There's no photos on it. I'm not saying anything else until Toadie gets here.
Fine, wait for Toadie. But from what I can see, you're going to be charged with breaking in by deception. And Toadie being here isn't going to change the fact that you're in serious trouble.
If Brennan brings in D'Amato, he'll look like a hero and get a slap on the wrist. But Matt will look like a crooked cop. And I do not want that for me or the kids.
No, of course not.
I know Matt'd be just as angry as me.
Would he? I mean, he knew he did the wrong thing.
Yeah, and he was trying to make up for it before he died.
Okay, well, what do you think Matt would say if Brennan asked him to come forward?
Well, he was only ever going to come forward as a last resort.
Still, I think you should take the time to think about that.
Hey, can you do me a favour and not talk to anyone else about this before I've made my decision? Not even Terese?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I've decided what to do.
Okay.
Well, I hope you pulled him from reception. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, I'll be over there soon to sort it out.
Listen, thanks for listening.
Hey, is everything all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Coffees?
Yes, please, take away.
I'll make that too.
Okay, 2 coffees coming right up.
Work dramas?
Georgia's broken into Nick's room at the hotel.
What?
Yeah, I don't know the full details. I've got to go over in a minute and sort it out. Hey, what were you talking to Lauren about before? She seemed a little tense.
I can't say. Look, there's something going on with her, and I promised I wouldn't say anything until she made a decision.
Right, I thought we'd agreed no secrets. That would be completely honest with each other.
Hey, I'm being honest with you, all right? If this was about you or I would say, but it's got nothing to do with either of us, and I made a promise to Lauren to keep her confidence. Please, come on. You're going to have to trust me.
Now, there's a growing band of locals who keep banging on about the greening of the neighbourhoods and pedestrian safety. You know, I think you should focus on those forums in your campaign. You see, promise that you will give the people what they want, you're a shoo-in for the mayor.
The thing is, I haven't agreed to run yet. More importantly, I haven't even spoken to Susan about it.
Oh, Karl, Susan will be, as always, your #1 supporter. Look, just tell her that I'm going to step down. That'll put her in a good mood. And then, casually mention that you're going to take my place. No, the #1 priority now is to get you elected. Oh, Karl, the last thing we need is someone like Sue Parker taking over. Now, here you go. There's the minutes from the latest council meetings and all of that. Nice light reading for you.
Okay.
Karl,
Councillor Parker, what can I do for you?
Have you heard of a medication called Zapratil?
Why do you ask?
Well, my research tells me that it's an anti-nausea medication commonly prescribed for cancer patients. Is that true?
Well, many drugs can be used in a variety of treatments.
So why do you think Mayor Robinson is taking it? He's been absent more than present lately, which isn't like him. And as a councillor, I believe I have a right to know if there's something wrong with him.
Well, you are a councillor, but that doesn't give you the right to pry into people's personal affairs. If it was relevant to council, I'm sure Paul would disclose it.
Oh, council minutes. Not exactly required reading for the local doctor. Unless, of course, he's running for council again as mayor, perhaps. Is Paul aware of your ambition?
Any questions you have for the mayor should be addressed to him. If you'll excuse me.
I am so sorry. I've pulled the receptionist from the desk and I've given him a written warning.
He should be sacked. What sort of place are you running here that allows anyone to have access to your guests' rooms?
I have taken the action that I thought was appropriate. And nothing was stolen. The police are dealing with Georgia.
Yeah, well, she accessed my computer. Oh, I've got confidential patient files in there. If she's seen them, I feel completely violated.
Hey, it's understandable. I am so sorry that this has happened.
That girl is just out of her mind. She thinks I've got it in for her, that I'm the one who's responsible for her getting suspended from work. I'm sure she was here trying to find evidence to prove it.
You know, this is very out of character of Georgia.
You better not be defending her.
No, I'm not. But while we're on the subject, this is very good reason why you shouldn't have made that stupid bet in the first place.
Oh, what, so this is all my fault now, is it?
If you're going to play with people, they're going to want to fight back.
That is no excuse for what she did.
No, it's wrong. I completely agree. But look, you know, Georgia's always been very professional in the past. Surely if she saw patient files, she'd respect doctor-patient confidentiality.
Babe, I have been right there with you through all of this stuff with Nick, okay? But you broke the law. You've been charged. What were you thinking?
I knew the only place to find evidence would be in his room.
Look, did you find anything?
I copied his hard drive. Now I've just got to look through it.
Georgia?
No, listen. He has stuff on there. He has my baby bucket list, which is how he knew that I wanted to go to the ballet. So that was all a setup.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Okay, he must have got to my journal because that's where the list was, and all of my passwords are in there, which is how he accessed my profile page.
What did Brennan say?
I didn't tell him.
Why not? It proves what you've been saying about Nick all along.
No, it proves that I took something from his room when I said that I didn't. Look, I only got to see the list, which doesn't mean that he's got it in for me, but there's got to be something else in there, something that I can take to the hospital board and get my job back.
Babe, if you get caught with that USB, they're going to throw theft onto your charges. You could get a criminal record, possible jail time, and then you will never get your job back.
I'm not gonna get caught.
Just think about this for 1 second, please. Is this really worth the risk? What if you're wrong?
I'm not. I can't be. Come on.
Of course, Sue made a note of the name, researched it, and it came up as a drug that's commonly prescribed for cancer patients. I didn't tell her anything, obviously.
I knew that my sickness was going to come out eventually. I wanted to be in control of it.
You know, you still can be, okay? You just can't let Sue drive this. I mean, look, this is never going to be an easy announcement to make, but the only way that you can own this is if you do it on your terms, not Sue's. I mean, the last thing you want is for her to grab the microphone and spout off whatever she thinks is going on and then turn it to her advantage. I mean, that, my friend, is a Paul Robinson manoeuvre. You just need to make this work for you.
Do you think I should talk to Nick first?
Not his decision. You have the right to dictate who knows what and when.
Nick's not going through this, you are. So it's your call.
Yeah, my announcement, my terms, yeah. But before I do anything, I need to call my kids, talk to them, and Daniel. They deserve to hear it from me before anybody else.
Lauren, I'm so sorry for pushing so hard before. The last thing I wanted to do was upset you.
You're just trying to do the right thing. You're a lot like Matt in that way. I guess that's why you're both drawn to being police officers. When Matt told me about accepting the bribes, I didn't want to believe it. It was so far from the man I knew. He was a good man.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
Which is why I know that if he were here, he would want to see D'Amato brought to justice, regardless of what it did to his reputation.
So you'll help?
In whatever way I can.
Lauren, thank you so much. I know how hard this is for you.
Well, it's going to be rough on you too.
Yeah, look, I'm the one pushing for it, okay? I can handle it, but you could have just said no.
Yeah, well, I thought about it. Assisting with the investigation is one thing. Telling the kids, that's going to be the hard part. They've already been through so much. And they will be devastated. And Bailey... he's been so destructive since Matt's death. He started drinking again. I've had to book him into counselling sessions and...
You may not have to tell them.
No more lies. My children deserve the truth.
Georgia, Karl let me in.
Hi, any word on the hearing yet? Has it been rescheduled? I know the board are going to want to hear what I have to say.
I've spoken to the board. The police have informed them about you breaking into Nick's room.
That's one of the things I want to talk to them about.
That won't be happening, because they made it pretty clear they don't want you anywhere near the hospital.
Then how am I supposed to say my piece?
In the light of your actions, they feel they have no choice but to fire you. You know, Georgia, your work has always been exemplary. You're caring, you're focused. But because of this misguided vendetta against Nick, you've ruined your career.
I'm trying to clear my name here, Karl.
I am stunned by what you've done. Not to mention very disappointed. If you have any personal belongings at the hospital, I'll make sure they're delivered to you.
You're personally holding this press conference?
I called it, yes.
Oh, right, not your EA.
No.
Interesting. And what exactly is it about? Council business or something else?
Soon enough, Sue, you will hear along with everyone else, okay? Have you heard from Daniel? Oh, I got onto the others, but I couldn't get onto him.
I've tried calling. It keeps going to voicemail, okay? His phone must be off.
I can't cancel now, so I'm just going to have to talk to him later.
Okay, look, you're in control, all right? Remember that. All right, let's go jam this in Sue Parker's face and shut her up for 5 minutes.
Thank you, everyone, for coming at such short notice. Look, the announcement that I am making today, I should have made some time ago, and for that I do apologise.
So we can just take away and go back to my place. Oh, what's going on here?
But it's something that I felt I should deal with personally before bringing it to the public's attention. Which is one of the reasons I've been somewhat absent in my duties as mayor. And the reason behind these absences is because I have been diagnosed with an aggressive form of leukemia. So. Any questions?